Our top story this hour, a major new missile delivery system called Avangard has been tested and approved in Russia. RT is the first channel to show unique footage from the Defense Ministry's first public test run of the hypersonic glide vehicle, which is capable of firing nuclear missiles. We get the rest of the story from RT's Maria Finoshina reporting from Moscow.
Actually, Vladimir Putin, while he was overseeing the test launch of Russia's weapon known as Avangard live, he actually explained that, saying that it was great success, it was excellent New Year's gift to the entire nation, and also that it will ensure Russia's security for decades. So I think this is all we have to know about this launch. I have to remind you that Avangard was among new nuclear strategic weapons that Vladimir Putin presented earlier in March, saying that Russia had to develop its military industry and its missiles, its weapons, following U.S.'s success in this sphere and U.S.'s development of their anti-missile and missile defenses. So it's all about Russia's security as far as we can understand from what Vladimir Putin said. Just to remind you what happened, this boost glide weapon was launched from the Dombarovsky missile base in the southern Ural Mountains, and as Kremlin reported, successfully hit a training target on the Kura shooting range on Kamchatka Peninsula in Russia's east, some 6,000 kilometers away. But that's not maybe even very impressive. You've just said that this weapon is said to be able to circle the Earth in just 30 minutes, so 6,000 kilometers is nothing for Avangard. But its main feature, and a very important one, is that it is said to be able to maneuver while flying, while gliding, so that it can avoid missile defenses. So it is reported, and Vladimir Putin repeated it today after the launch, that it cannot be intercepted by the enemy's missile defenses. So it is almost uncatchable. And also we hear that it may carry a 2-megaton warhead. To be honest, I don't quite understand what exactly is this, because that sounds really huge and impressive, and it shows how powerful this weapon is. And also we know that it can fly the atmosphere at 20 times the speed of sound, again bypassing the enemy's missile defenses. And Putin himself said that it flies as a meteorite. So yeah, it's a very interesting weapon, and we heard from Russia's president that it will be used by Russia's strategic forces starting next year.
To continue this conversation, joining me now is former Pentagon official Michael Maloof. Michael, thank you so much for joining me today. Like Maria Finoshina was saying, this weapon is pretty impressive. Putin even says it will be impossible to intercept this weapon, ensuring Russia's security, and he says even for decades to come. But how is that possible?
Well, it's quite possible, given not only its hypersonic speed, the fact that it's maneuverable in space, and that we don't have an ABM system or an anti-ballistic missile system capable of hitting it at this time. And what's problematic is that these weapons are being developed when, in response to President Trump's desire to put missiles in Europe, and that's what this is in response to, frankly. So we're going to be seeing a whole new array of new weapons systems, including missiles such as this, and it looks like we're involved now in an unregulated arms race once again, and this is unfortunate.
With Russia now, although the U.S., as you're saying, doesn't have anything in place that can defend itself against this weapon, this new hypersonic weapon, do you think, though, in the next decade or so, the U.S. will try to come up with something that can intercept it? Well,
intelligence probably was very aware of it. They're probably working on something now. The reality is we don't have anything now, and it'll take time. And given the turmoil in the budgets The question is, will money be available? Money that has gone to finance wars could have been used to upgrade our capabilities, the U.S. capabilities, but that wasn't the case. So as a consequence, we're going to be leading from behind once again.
Maria Finoshina, she mentioned some of the features of this missile. They include flying almost 4,000 miles away. Yeah. The missile can withstand temperatures up to 3,632 degrees Fahrenheit. And according to Putin, obviously it can't be intercepted by any existing missile defense and can bypass the enemy's missile defense. Correct. So in what circumstances do you believe Russia would use this weapon? I
think only if attacked. I don't think Russia, I think, would not attack on its own, but it's meant to be a deterrent. A deterrent simply because given the ABM systems that the U.S. has deployed so far, it's actually threatened Moscow's and even China's nuclear deterrence. And this has posed a national security threat to both of those countries. I think China also will be developing something very similar in the very, very near future. So the arms race is on, and this is the unfortunate thing. And we've got to be able to de-escalate. And the fact that the United States, particularly through John Bolton and company, want to pull out of all these arms treaties, arms control treaties, I think is very unfortunate.
So what would you advise take place?
Well, I would advise that we calm down and start working and talking to one another. Right now, that's not happening.
Now, I want to go back to something Maria Finoshina mentioned as you were watching her piece. She mentioned something to the effect of a 2-megaton warhead, and she said that didn't really mean much to her. For the average person, could you explain what that could be?
2 megatons is pretty large. It's probably about 10 times larger than Hiroshima.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's huge.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. So thank you so much. We're going to leave that right there. Former Pentagon official Michael Malouf. Thank you so much.
Hey YouTube, thanks for checking out our channel. We hope you enjoyed the video. We have tons of content for you just like this. For more of RT America's one-of-a-kind news and analysis, be sure to subscribe and never stop questioning more.